Hey, what's up, people? I'm Player. Gonna do part 2 of our quest here, the fifth commandment. Just getting my
sewing since morning.
bad buff.
Haven't even eaten yet.
I got a new look. The Henry of Scarlet look. Looks pretty sick. Pretty cool, I think. Just messing around. But yeah, that's what I came up with. All the colors are scarlets. And I used that scarlet caparison for my horse too. Change the saddle and the headpiece. Looks pretty sick. I think we're ready for the tournament now. Gonna get this tournament going after this quest here. Well, this is right beside the bathhouse where we need to go.
Easy, good horse.
Madman, why did you do it?
You're boring me! Try a little!
This town is full of drunks and people fighting.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp!
What?
I wish I could cheer.
That won't work.
Why did you do that?
I can't bear to look.
My humble respects.
Good doggy, good boy. It's William, right? I need to talk to you.
What is it? Do we know each other? Do I owe you money?
My name's Henry, and no, we don't know each other, and you don't owe me money. But we do have something in common. We have a lot of mutual friends.
What? What do you want of me? I don't have to talk to you.
You don't need to. I can go and chat with the guards instead. Tell them you're the one hurting those girls.
What? I don't have anything to do with any girls.
Really? You? A notorious skirt chaser? Do you think anyone will believe you?
I just got back to the city. I don't know what you're trying to pin on me, but whatever it is, I didn't do it.
But everyone remembers you.
I think it's the priest.
You better spit it out before someone points the finger at you.
Come on.
You seem to be pretty full
All
of hate
right,
and
then.
anger.
Ask away.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's. You have to be more specific.
The one they found dead somewhere below the town walls.
Oh, her. I didn't know her, but I heard about it.
I heard she used to go to dances.
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician in the city.
They say she had a rich young suitor. Do you know anything about that?
Me? Do I look rich to you? I get paid in food.
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt anyone would believe me.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop didn't like it.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my company for a while, but then she stopped coming.
Because somebody killed her.
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
And did you know she was pregnant?
What? Yarka was... That's horrible. Who would kill a pregnant woman?
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be? It wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
What? Mine? I never even got under her skirt. We just flirted a bit, and then she stopped coming by.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who started it.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on! I could have any woman, if I wanted. The innkeeper must have got it mixed up. He's an old drunkard after all. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously.
And what about Zdena? You knew her, right?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers.
Did she steal something from you?
A traveling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob him blind. Far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well, you didn't know them all.
And? I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
Confess, or this won't end well for you.
What do you mean, won't end well?
If you come clean and get lucky, they'll hang you. If not, you'll get the rack. So, did you do it?
No, I didn't!
I don't believe a word you say, and I'll make certain you pay for your deeds.
You're out
I
of your
can't
mind!
believe him.
I didn't do nothing to those girls.
Just
Nobody
testing
will
what he's
believe you.
gonna say.
We'll see about that. I've heard some interesting things about you. Something about strange people coming to see.
Mole told you that, didn't he?
That doesn't matter. I'll just...
Pussy, my friend. What else? I made a deal with a few beggars. For a couple of groschen, I have them come into the tavern and act like they're... See, every man should be a bit mysterious. It makes us more attractive to women.
And I'm supposed to believe that.
You don't have to, but it doesn't mean it isn't true.
Okay. Excuse me. Now what? Oh, go to that mill. Should I go talk to this guy again? The grave digger. Let's do it. He said to come back and see him. Not the grave digger, but the old scribe.
You silly doggy.
I don't know where he is. Probably drunk somewhere. I'll screw it. Yeah. Let's go there.
Come here! Look what I have for you.
But
Free. Aye, aye, you silly doggy. Easy. Easy. Nice and slow. Quick.
Be right back, guys. I'm back. Fast travel points there, is there? No, not really.
Quick.
I'm probably a little less tough than I was with my other game. But I think I'm still plenty tougher. The game is too easy. After a while, my skills mastered, and that sucks. So annoying. What was that anyway?
Go.
Somebody threw a rock at me or something? Yeah, once you get like all your perks and everything, the game becomes a little too easy. It's alright to use some
Quick.
lesser gear just for fun. Probably go bare chest just for a challenge a little bit. Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
Oh no. Did I kill Pebble? Jeez, I'm sorry. I thought she died. She doesn't even want to run anymore. What the hell? Am I overweight? No.
Go.
She's like, fuck you. Well, at least I didn't die falling off the cliff.
Whoa.
I'll kill ya! Someone!
So he's a sword fighter.
Drop your stuff! Go fuck yourself!
Just hit my horse. Bastard. Yeah, take that. No more teats for you. Money, money. Yeah. 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 Pretty much just picking up whatever is 1,000 or more, you know? Where's his weapon? He flew quite a ways from that shield bash in the teats. Money. Money. No. You have to keep in mind, like, I might say 1,000, but when you come to sell it, it's probably more like 400 or something like that. Well, I tried. I tried to save him. stuff just falls right through the world, basically. Marksman, no. Gunsmith, no. Cobbler. Blacksmith. Armor. That's a good thing I got like 200 of them, eh? I think I look sick. Cool look. I'll keep looking for some nicer stuff. That's the torch. Screw it. We got lots of money anyway.
Whoa! My God, where is that dog?
Come on, Mutt, we're leaving. Stop being a pussy.
Go! Quick! Quick!
I kind of want to check this place.
Whoa!
These dragon bones. But I don't want to drink Savior Schnapps right now.
You're not allowed here.
What does it say here?
That's it. Go now.
Look what I have for you.
Here, heal up. What? Nasty looking dog. Oh, pray here. The buff. Why not?
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary. Mary said, Behold the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh,
These
and dwelt among us.
prayers, it's a good buff.
Hail
but
Mary.
it's-
Pray for us, O
Henry
Holy
goes
Mother
all
of God,
out on the prayer.
that we may be
He
made
doesn't
worthy of
cheap
the
out.
promises of Christ. Let us pray. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ
that
thy Son was
help
made
us not
known by
have
the
a
message of an
drink.
angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection, through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
2.5 badges. Thanks.
You've no business here.
Just want to talk.
Well, are you
Yes.
going? Away.
Just want to talk.
I need to ask you something.
I don't have time for that. Ask the foreman.
That's it. Go now.
I'm going. Barton. Yeah, it must be him since he has a name.
Just a little.
I thought you'd cleared off.
Yes, I'm going.
Off you go.
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman be doing here?
But you know Stanya, don't you?
Aye. You could say that. Why?
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town. And I heard that someone also tried to kill this Stanya.
That's true. She told me something like that. But that was a long time ago.
So you don't know what became of her?
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how can I be sure you aren't that killer?
Lumir himself, the Kuttenberg bailiff's former scribe, gave me the task. He was looking into her disappearance, and he sent me to find her.
Well-
crazy guy.
I don't know. I remember Lumir. He was all right. That's all true, but
But what? What are you still brooding over?
you seem like the right man for a job like that. Sorry, but after all that happened to Stanya, I like to be careful.
So Stanya is here?
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to even go outside. I don't know what to do with her anymore.
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. She's hiding in... But be nice to her. She's in a bad way. She used to be such a gutsy girl. Till we meet again.
Oh, cool. Here. Upstairs. Excuse me.
Who are you? How did you find me? If you came here to finish what you started, I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. Barton told me where to find you.
Barton sent you to me. What do you want from me?
Lumir thought you were dead. I was supposed to find out what happened to you.
Lumir? From the rat house. He sent you.
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here?
I should
To the
check
charcoal
if they're on
burners?
the bed
No,
house.
first to my room in the hole. I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
What was it like working in the hole?
Well, I earned a few groschen, that I did.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or people, well, us girls have to watch out, especially in a place like the Hole. But you can't overdo it either. That's no good.
How?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes they leave a grope. You have to keep a balance. To look friendly, but
You said that rich or poor, they all liked.
truth be told, the Hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man. But young von Groll used to go there for a while.
Is that so? Did he talk to you?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. But beyond a few groschen, there was nothing more to it. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him and... oh, it doesn't matter. But that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Groller had a servant with him.
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed, but he never said a word or smiled.
You walked home from the baths at night?
What's so odd about that?
Well, at night, the...
Ah, right. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale and took a bath while they drank it.
Ah. So that's why you had the empty pitcher you hit him with?
Right. I went...
The same way every time?
Aye, always the same way. The shortest one. I didn't want to stay out too long at night.
And who knew that you went by yourself to the baths?
Well, everyone from the tavern, I reckon.
From the bed
I didn't
straight
hide
to
it.
the tavern, the hole in the wall. Shortest route.
Why didn't you go back to...
Just to get murdered there. I'm never going back there. Not until they catch him.
How are you now?
I'm still off, and I can't even really leave the...
Do you remember anything important about the attacker? What he looked like? What he was wearing?
I don't know anything. It was at night.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha. And what...
He said Scheisse. In German.
German. Oh.
Couldn't it have been Father Prokop?
Father Prokop. I don't know him.
No, he's pretty old. He preaches in the church.
I don't know him. And if he's an old man, how strong could his grip...
I suppose.
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him snoring. It couldn't have been him.
I heard William liked pretending to be a spy. Do you know anything about that?
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. A stupid trick, though I reckon he's more likely to attract an ass-kicking than a woman.
Should have kicked his ass.
Seems you're the only one to... I know it isn't easy for you to think about it. Or when you were running away.
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything or hear...
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking. But when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking...
Not at all. But there were two voices.
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think, aside from those voices and the empty street...
I didn't hear him at all.
And nothing else?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away and squeezed, just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise round. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip, like a miner or swordsman.
I reckon that'll be all.
I'm sorry I'm not...
You don't need to apologise.
Thank you. Could I ask...
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let...
I'll stop by if I can.
I'll be with you.
Okay. Didn't get much information there. It was kind of pointless. Well, the priest, I guess.
Die!
Waypoint here. Yeah, here. Oh, sorry guys. was trying to start my horse.
Quick!
Not sure how to start fast travel. So I hit escape there.
Ah!
Didn't work.
Ah!
Pretty sure in Kingdom Come Deliverance, unless I'm mistaken, pretty sure you could start fast
Quick!
traveling, if I remember correctly. Yes, I know.
Whoa! Whoa!
This was the third time.
Go and see the priest and ask him to talk. To him.
Oh, please. The priest gambles with them.
What?
You bet he does. His housekeeper told me he's got a brooch at home I lost a month ago. How did it end up there?
Lord be with you.
Are you Pint?
I am. Why?
I'm looking for his Denner.
I don't know any Stenner.
Sternad said something different.
You're a friend of Sternard's, are you?
Ah, God forbid. That's all I need. A friend like that bastard. But he was the only one who really knew Denner.
You're right there. Stenner was always cursing him. He was as lazy as a pig.
So you knew Denner?
I know Stenner all right. But she ain't been here in some time. Why are you looking for her?
I'm looking for a...
Kurva.
What can you tell me about Denner?
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and
And what about Sternad? How does he fit into this?
Sternard was her guardian angel, as she used. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing with him, she could do what she wanted.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she stuck with him as long as she did.
That's because she had a hideout somewhere. That's why she'd come to me with her loot, before they taxed her on the spot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'll be able to go wherever she wanted.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables.
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly jewelry, rings, one signet ring with a coat of arms and everything. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin.
Sing it with a coat of
It was a good thing she had a basket with her. Otherwise, she couldn't have carried it all.
And what about that signet ring?
Noble, she pissed off.
Do you still have it?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it.
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you reckon...
No, I didn't recognize that signet. But all the while, Dana was...
Where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also had a feeling
Excuse me.
someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg.
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back.
And did you see him?
No. But Stenna thought she even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look...
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods. So no past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on to Kuttenberg.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
Fuck! I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any right.
Is Dennis' scarf?
Aye. I wanted to give it back.
Will you give it to me?
All the same to me. Here you go.
Yeah, not
But it's been...
tracker.
And could it have been Father Prokop following her?
What do I know? If he has a horse and fancy clothes...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't know.
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard she was seeing.
I don't know about that. I don't remember her mentioning nobody, but...
Well, I'll go and check out that ford.
I hope you don't. Take care, sir.
I wanted to ask...
Ask away.
Well,
I hope you don't. See you later, my friend. Greetings.
Well, good night.
Just checking, 'cause sometimes they lie.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Yeah, no clue there. Okay. Where the river crosses the road. I could go wash my clothes when I'm here.
It happened. Just watch where you're going next time.
Are you whistling here?
Quick!
That has to be that fourth point was talking about. Let's take a look around here.
Oh, blood. Come here, Mutt.
Come here! Here, Matt. Search.
Kinda hungry. I'll get something to give me energy. I always forget which potion it is. I think it's Fox or something. No. I don't have any. Yeah. Don't have any.
Poor thing. She didn't get very far. Ugh, she's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others. Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others. She's been lying here too long for that, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight. Or maybe he lost his patience. Oh, she's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up, but I don't see any cuts. The rips are odd.
Just trying to get
Like
a
someone was
screenshot
looking for something.
or a thumbnail.
Oh, I can't make much out by now, but it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her? Or was he trying to get something out of her hand? Oh, my God. Oh, something fell out of her. A signet ring. Oh, that must be the one she stole. How did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself?
Yeah,
Or did the murderer shove it in there? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment for stealing? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise. And that's about all I can find out. She's probably been lying here a few weeks. But that ring is a good lead.
I was trying to get rid of subtitles here. Yes. Don't know what that is. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, what's next? Detective Henry. Back to the city, I guess. Body of a horse, it's always good. There's for treasure here. Anything, Matt? Is there treasure here? If you butcher the horses, you can find their tack, you know, their saddles and things like that. This guy just has a knight horseshoe. But you can find like saddles and pretty cool stuff, you know. It's worth it. And what else did I pick up there on this thing? Don't want that. Zena's ring. Any points of interest on the map here? Millstone Quarry. Gonna go check up there.
Free.
Anything fishy around here, Mutt? Huh? There must be. Oh, what's this? An old cabin. Oh, there's a treasure. Disarm. Crap. Anything else in here? Look like it. Oh, allow me from that. Not for me. There has to be something else here to do with this horse. Dead on the road. No. Screw it. Getting sidetracked here. Okay.
Halt!
Be careful.
Don't move a muscle!
Oh,
I have to
you
search you.
Me?
Who else would I be talking to?
What is it?
Show me.
I just saved that guy. Sometimes it bugs. See, like right now, I don't know why it's not letting me choose
Keep
item on
close
my
to
belt.
others. It's not safe here.
Usually I have to reload to get rid of this bug.
What are you here for, stranger?
What do you have for sale?
Nothing to your liking, sir.
What do you have for sale?
Maybe next time then, sir.
I'll have a look at your web.
What can you do? Maybe next time then, sir.
Weird.
What are you doing here?
Strange.
Good day to you.
Day and night in the tavern.
I'm
drinking
sorry.
away all my money. My wife couldn't
There he is.
stand the sight of me. And my house nearly collapsed.
Be right back.
What can I say? But then I was sent a sign. After one night of drinking, I woke up in the church, right under the altar. I have no idea how I wound up there. The Lord must have brought me there when he saw me drinking myself to death, day after day. I haven't had a drop since then. I've been towing the line. I might even become a
I'm back.
I found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news. But wait a while. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did, and started asking me questions. Just like you.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
Oh, I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well, I...
Catherine, who do you suspect?
Well, I think it was that priest, Prokop.
That's nonsense. It couldn't have been him.
Couldn't have? Then who do you think it was?
It had to be William. Nobody else knew them all.
God, now you're talking nonsense. I'm sure William is innocent.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Go on then. Starting with who?
Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative?
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle her, and perhaps he was too strict.
What do you expect from a Bible thumper? Man punishes and God forgives. It never occurs to them that if man didn't punish, God wouldn't have to forgive.
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him. He really tried to make sure she was well taken care of. He wanted to find her a husband, too.
And did you learn who he found?
No. I think it fell apart when Yarka started rebelling. Yarka started working for the von Groller family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
Ah, so what's the story with von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old von Groller's been sick for years. Can't even get out of bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
Before her death, I heard she often went to dances.
There's nothing wrong or surprising about that. But maybe she found someone there.
Maybe. Prokop was convinced that she went to see William. That was actually the only name he mentioned.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means she had some relationship with William, or at least knew him.
And now, most importantly, Yarka was pregnant when they killed her.
I didn't know that. Do you know for sure? So they gutted her?
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
May
it's gotta
God
be,
forgive us.
It's gotta be that noble.
Do you know who she was pregnant with?
Whatever.
Because if we know who the father is, we'll likely know who the killer is.
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those dances. Maybe William.
Yeah. But it's also a serial killer. So I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Prokop is convinced that she was murdered by that bard, William.
And I agree with him. I heard the daughters of important men come to see him. It even went so far he had to flee the city. And the moment he's back, there's another murder.
Really? But I found out you accused Prokop first, Lumir.
What? Why?
It doesn't matter. It was a mistake, and I paid for it.
And were you as sure then as you are now about William?
I don't think so. But he's a skirt chaser. If he got Yarka pregnant...
Hey,
Perhaps.
Henry's a skirt chaser.
But why would he kill and mutilate her? He could have just run away.
But then he could never come back.
Why not? He could come back a year later once things have died down, the child would be born, the shame forgotten, and nobody would bring it up again.
I suppose that makes sense. That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
But we can agree that she was killed because of her pregnancy, can't we?
Agreed. Somebody got rid of her to make sure nobody found out she was pregnant.
I'm sure William wanted.
William isn't the only man with a prick. And he certainly didn't use it to strangle her to death.
Such language. What are you trying to say?
That William isn't the only man in the city. It could have been anyone. And now we'll never find out.
I'm not saying it couldn't have been him. Though I don't think it was. It just seems foolish to only focus on him.
I suppose you're right. Let's forget it.
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So, she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone
This is
followed
quite
her
the quest, oh my
beforehand to
God.
figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently, everyone in the
Such
tavern.
a quality game.
She didn't hide the fact.
Like, how much time, to put the story together and everything and the intrigue, and it's amazing. This game is just amazing.
She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh? According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So, we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheiße sometimes, and I'm not German.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop. She said no.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or he gave a different name, or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst tavern in Kuttenberg.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why he wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so.
Could be.
She's sure it wasn't
Could be
William.
that
And no
bar
matter
that
what they say
kills
about
the
him,
women
in
that
her eyes, he's a good lad. And that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck.
It's the
Does she want to
noble.
come back, or will she stay with the charcoal
noble, and
burners?
that's where the
I
rape
don't think
comes
she'll
from.
come back.
And that's
She's
why
so
we
scared
killed
now
her,
they'll come
because
back
she was
for her.
pregnant from
She
this
doesn't even leave the
noble.
house. I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others. Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg. She tried to lose him, but apparently wasn't able to.
On horseback? I don't suppose she described him, did she?
Only as a wealthy type who never got too close.
That doesn't fit in with the previous murders.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street, and he took it badly. Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle. It's possible she succeeded.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
That whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions. Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body? That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
That's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
I suspect one of the von Grolles.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young von Grolle fits both descriptions.
True, true.
We could be getting somewhere.
Yarka was pregnant. And if the father was young von Grolle, it would make sense if he got rid of her.
Sakura, you're right.
But William could have fucked her too. Just saying.
Just saying.
Zdena was followed by someone on a horse. Von Grolle could afford a horse.
That's not so sure, is it? And maybe the horse was stolen or borrowed.
But it certainly worsens the case for him. That much is true.
Zdena robbed von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young von Groll?
Well, old von Grolle can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young von Grolle?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it? Our suspicions aren't enough.
They'll just
Calm
laugh
down,
at us without
Catherine.
something more
Henry's all
tangible.
Rich
So,
young
you
boy.
want to search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Or break in?
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Cool.
So, that thing with your aunt, did you make up?
Not a chance. I'd sooner see hell free.
picture thing. There.
Beautiful.
You've got legs, haven't you?
Not bad.
What now?
Alright. So. I guess there'll be a part 3 to this quest there, guys. And gals. Because it's almost supper time there. And my little lady's gonna be home soon from work. So I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. If you like my new content. See you all later.